my issue was with my friend.
Yeah,
Right?
obviously.
It wasn't with Raj or Purav. I didn't know them. जो आपका immediate close friend as a family जब आपको मारे, so of course it hurts. Yeah. So it was very disappointing. It was a very personal thing for me. Everybody there felt I was a traitor. I was brought back for this. So अगर मैं तो नहीं था traitor. So what was my strategy? मेरे को जो दुख था, जो घबराहट थी, I put it on steroids and I put it out there.
Rida, I don't know what bond you share with her, but she used this word for you कि इस कुत्ते को किसने वापस लाया.
This is not that kind of show. Like it's not a show where you get locked up in a house, you fight for food, you fight for a bed, and then you abuse each other because that brings out the worst in you. I think now people sometimes maybe do it for clout. I don't know, because it sells, right? If you're abusing on camera, I think a lot of people it sells. I think. Imagine if a man said, "Is da ko show mein kyun dala?" With the same emotion that Rida has, for whatever emotion she has, I don't know, it won't sound nice. That man will be cancelled. I feel no matter what, you shouldn't lose stock or you shouldn't abuse, even as a woman.
That's true.
As a man, I'm saying there's no way you should say that. But as a woman also, I think this can be avoided.
Munawar got eliminated और वो जब ये air हुआ, Thursday को a lot of people, especially his fans, started saying that सबने झुंड बना के उसको निकाला.
Insecure or not, I don't know, but झुंड तो बनाया है यार. Like if you think about it, सबने of course collectively Munawar को मिलके निकाला है ना. Like Prish said that, oh, I don't care if Munawar is an innocent or traitor, I want him to go. Now that's a personal kind of thing, right? So I'm sure a lot of people have that personal thing. Like Harman said when Munawar went, enough of hyping this guy, yaar, good he went.
Abhishek Malhan, he said that इस शो में या तो मैं रह सकता हूँ या आप रह सकते हो.
So because Abhishek is very big boss. So Abhishek video diary में जाके कुछ भी बोल सकता है. So he already assumed that his competition was with Munawar, right? And he did that. कि Abhishek या Munawar, Abhishek Malhan जीतेगा. Plus Abhishek is a very nice guy. We get along well, but he's a very big boss.
Well, my guest today is someone who makes sure that whenever he's around, you will have a good time. And maybe your jaw will also drop a bit because his fashion sense is incredible. And, we of course love him for whatever he does. And right now we are hooked to Traitors and watching him, of course, on the show, welcoming Sahil only on FPJ Show Biz. Hi, Sahil. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. It's lovely meeting you.
Same
and love what you're wearing. You're looking so cool.
Thank you so much. I love your fashion, as I said.
Thank you.
Let's rewind a little. In the first season of Traitors, we were so disappointed that you got out. Like there were so many people who I was like, हाँ ये निकल जाता है या निकल जाता है, चलता था जो जिन्होंने इतना content दिया नहीं. But आपने एक दिन में भी you made sure that everyone remembered you. You and Raj, both of you guys got out in the first one, but I think everyone kept saying your name in the seasons also.
Yeah.
So how did it feel? But it must be like,
it felt very personal. Because the Traitors who were picked, it was Elna's, of course, very close friend. So that felt personal. But now when I see the show, because season 1, of course, now when I see season 2 also, I mean, in terms of the secret hour, कई बार ऐसा भी होता है that Raj and Purav किसी के पीछे ही पड़ जाए कि साहिल को मारो. If I was in somebody else's place over there and मेरी बहुत ही खास दोस्त को कोई मारना चाहे, मैं तो बोलूँगा नहीं, हो ही नहीं सकता क्योंकि अभी गेम शुरू ही नहीं हुई है. There's no reason strong enough. But कई बार maybe you get pressurized enough. So I think Raj, Purav and Elnas collectively, it was very disappointing. But see, my issue was with my friend.
Yeah,
right?
Obviously.
It wasn't with Raj or Purav. I didn't know them. Purav ने जिसका साथ देना था दिया. Purav ने हर्ष को अपने साथ ट्रेटर बनाया. अपने लोगों का राज ने बोला कि मैंने लक्ष्मी मंचू को इसलिए नहीं मारा क्योंकि वो शिल्पा की दोस्त है, is what he told me.
Exactly.
So जो आपका immediate close friend as a family जब आपको मारे, so of course it hurts. Yeah. So it was very disappointing. It was a very personal thing for me.
Of course, I've also met Elnaz a couple of times. She's a sweet girl, but after this thing happened, of course, everyone was very shocked because she also couldn't take a very strong stand for you. She tried a little, but then she just gave in, which a lot of people said was right for the game, but not really right for her personal bond. How did you guys, navigate after that, after the show?
So it wasn't right for the game because nobody knew we were very close friends on the show. That's how we wanted it. We didn't want it to look like we had met before doing the show. So we knew. So we were not going to be like Anshula and Mahip कि ये तो भाई family है, blood relationship है. So अगर आप किसी के बड़े अच्छे दोस्त हैं तो जरूरी नहीं है वहां जाके कि हमें ढिंडोरा पीटना था कि अगर एक बंदे पे नजर पड़े so दूसरा also gets caught up in the whole process. So that wasn't our case. So I don't think it really helped her game because उसके बाद भी ऐसा नहीं था कि किसी ने बोला कि एलनाज तो हो ही नहीं सकती क्योंकि साहिल का मर्डर हुआ है. No. Because हमने वो बॉन्ड ही नहीं दिखाया था.
Yeah, that is
So yeah, it was. I think this show in general, however you play or whatever happens in the game, does form an opinion about a person's personality. On an average, I would say, because you can tell that who's what.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know, you come across as somebody who's really fun, and I love the first episode where you were like, "Please, mujhe nahi jana hai," and that, oh my God, that scene! I almost got a heart attack of that collage. You from first season, you from second season, reading that letter, I was like, "How is this possible?" And then I thought that maybe that's why the interviews are scheduled because you're out. And then I was like, "Oh my God!" And then you read, and I got a mini heart attack. What was going on in your mind at that point?
So, जो आपने screen पे देखा ना, we shoot 12 hours and you see 1 hour 15 minutes as an episode.
Of course.
Episode 1 is shot for 2 days. So basically, we shoot for 24 hours and you see 1 hour 15 minutes.
Yeah.
तो जो वहाँ पे आपने देखा जैसे Parul and so many other people felt that I was a traitor because after our traitor pick was done, my behavior was very different, right? But it was probably just 20% of how much pressure I was feeling because everybody there felt I was a traitor. I was brought back for this. So अगर मैं तो नहीं था traitor. So what was my strategy? मेरे को जो दुख था, जो घबराहट थी, I put it on steroids and I put it out there that I'm very, very sad. So by the end of those 2 days of filming, people were like, okay, he can't be a traitor for now. He's not bilkul top of the agenda because everybody's thinking of a lot of names, right? Every person has 4 names, 5 names that, okay, this one or this one or... So they were trying to put me down that maybe he's not really a traitor. So let's look at other people. So for me, it was about not only not getting murdered, but also not coming in the circle of shock.
Yeah.
In the first 2, 3. I hope I don't get out now in this circle of shock. But, you know, that was the agenda. It's a very, very strategic game. If you want to survive, you have to play it smartly and you have to show your emotions like that. Like even Munawar said, it's a very fake reality show. You have to be fake. So if you're feeling something, if it works in your favor, multiply it. If you're feeling something and it doesn't work in your favor, try and hide it.
Yeah.
So it's about mind games. And you know, it's like one of those cool shows which is about really making it as an innocent because the show is written for the traitors.
Yeah, that is true.
They can murder you or they can go out in circle of shock. But an innocent can get murdered also and can go out in circle of shock for falsely accused for being a traitor.
Yeah.
Right? So interestingly, for an innocent, I think the game is definitely harder to survive as a format or to make it whatever you do in the show. So yeah, that's that. So it was very, very difficult.
When you entered this one, did you want to be a traitor?
100%. Yeah, I wanted to be a traitor because at least मेरा वो first murder का खौफ निकल जाता है, right?
Yeah.
But then तब भी मेरा नाटक यही मेरा जो नाटक नहीं जो दिल से मेरे को इतना दुख था वो मैं नाटक करके करता फिर because लोग वैसे ही सोच रहे थे कि मैं traitor.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I won't have pulled a Harman.
Yeah.
Like Harman became very confident, right? Like so इसलिए वो थोड़ा पकड़ा भी गया. But I would have really overplayed my fear. In that case.
This is quite a mind game and it can be challenging, my God. But you know, one thing that we saw was Rida, I don't know what bond you share with her, but she used this word for you कि इस कुत्ते को किसने वापस लाया. I don't know why. कुछ past history है या why was that said?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Rida, but but I feel if let's see now I can only talk about the 3 episodes that are on air. Now आगे क्या होगा हमें नहीं पता. But this is not that kind of show. Like it's not a show where you get locked up in a house, you fight for food, you fight for a bed, and then you abuse each other because that brings out the worst in you when you are caught in a place like that. This is a show where we are treated very, very well. It's a fancy show. You're living in a palace.
True.
Our bedrooms, obviously, खिड़कियाँ पे कपड़े लगे होते हैं, आप देख नहीं सकते. The security is very tight. It's very strict in terms of the rules. But it's luxurious. You treat it like royalty only. ऐसा कोई issue नहीं है when you're not filmed. So it's not one of those shows where ये कुत्ता वुत्ता ये निकलना चाहिए no matter how you're feeling. But if she said it, she must have her own way of talking. Plus, I think now people Sometimes maybe do it for clout. I don't know, because it sells, right? If you're abusing on camera, I think a lot of people's, because it sells, I think.
And that's why it came on the promo. So
it came on the promo and came in on both the promos. But see, again, my version of this is, if a man said this on the show, right? I'm not that man. I would never say that. But I don't want to say it because it'll sound also very crass. Now imagine if a man said, is da ko show mein kyun dala? With the same emotion that Rida has, for whatever emotion she has, I don't know, it won't sound nice. That man will be cancelled. Like, I think should be cancelled also, because it's tacky, it's not required. In general, only I feel women see enough nonsense in today's time compared to men, I feel, as a society, right? So men to definitely should never even think of talking like this. But even as a woman, I think you can still re-evaluate and be like, is this needed?
Of course.
Or do I have to just say kutta for maybe some views? Or maybe she's trying, I don't know, could be that. Yeah.
Do you guys know each other from
before? No, we don't know each other, but I'm sure they had all seen me on the show, right? Because of season 1.
They knew of you, but I don't think...
No, not friends. We weren't friends. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel no matter what, you shouldn't lose talk or you shouldn't abuse, even as a woman.
That's true.
As a man, I'm saying there's no way you should say that. But as a woman also, I think this can be avoided. It's not required. It doesn't make you cooler. It doesn't make you cooler. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make you gender, like you said. It should just be, I feel feminism is about equality.
Exactly.
Why is it about equality? Because as a society, we are very unfair to women. So you are already trying to make them, when they are worth so much more, you're trying to put them down.
Yeah.
So you have to bring the men who, I think 90% of us are idiots. You have to bring them down and be like, we are equals. Women don't have to become like men and abuse to be cool. Ki tu maa bahan karega, kutta bolega, main bhi bolungi. And I'm not even that man. I don't even do maa bahan. I'm reasonably educated, good background, educated background. So we don't talk like this. So now why she said that, and if it's justified, that only she can answer.
Yeah, that only we'll have to wait and watch.
Probably,
But that being said, I see a lot of people going, only in the first 3 episodes I've seen,
people are gone.
Yeah, people are gone. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But people are going so personal against each other. Like, this entire fiasco of Malika's comeback and up to yahan comeback and then Malika saying Riya ko ki jail and all that. I think all of these things are not required, because as you said, this is not that kind of a reality show where you're not given food and you have to wash utensils and wash washrooms and you're so irritated. This is a luxury show, as you said. So I just feel that everyone should be careful about
luxury show and very good platform and very good production.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, like, even when the cameras are not rolling and we are in scrutiny still, but separately, but it's very luxurious. The food is really like a palace for you. You know, so it's not that all of these personal remarks are required in whatever sense. Now, again, coming back to my point, what you see on TV is 1 hour, 15 minutes of a 12-hour shooting. When Malika said this to Riya, you can even ask Riya when you probably meet her. I stood up for Riya. Now, Riya, let's say Malika was a traitor. By then, nobody's sure na who's a traitor, who's not. Only Munawar has gone, who's an innocent. So, abhi tak aapne koi traitor pakda nahi hai. Let's say Malika actually is a traitor. But मैंने Riya की side दे के पूरा एक speech दिया है that no Riya, you are right. No, we all love you. It was unfair what happened to you. I love Riya, like on cameras. If Malika actually was a traitor, people take these things also personally and find an angle in the first few murders that let's murder him. Like, for example, Sondusu's murder, it could have been somebody else also.
Yeah.
But that angle struck them better. Like Crystal said, Sahil pe shak jayega. But it could have been somebody else also. No? Like, you can always find an angle. कि इसको मारेंगे तो इस पे जाएगा, इसको मारेंगे. तो इसलिए शुरू में it's very important to, if you are an innocent and if you want to survive, if you want to make it, थोड़ा बहुत कुछ करना है. अगले एपिसोड में ना मैं निकलूँ, I'm again saying. But your strategy must change every now and then. You can't always be on your front foot. You can't always be like, मैं बताता हूँ, मैं करूँगा. Because वो ऐसा हो जाता है कि फिर हम बताते हैं because उनके पास power वैसे ही ज़्यादा है to murder you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, when Munawar got eliminated, or वो जब ये air हुआ Thursday को, a lot of people, especially his fans, started saying that सबने झुंड बना के उसको निकाला क्योंकि उसका है वो track record कि वो जो reality show में जाता है, he wins that show and comes. So did you also sense that people were getting insecure inside?
See, insecure or not, I don't know, but झुंड तो बनाया है यार. Like if you think about it, सबने of course collectively मुनव्वर को मिलके निकाला है ना, whatever reasons. Now see, मुनव्वर for example told Riya that आप information इकट्ठी करो, मैं भी करूँगा, and circle of शक में हम घुमा देंगे. So he was already strategizing at that level, right? So if you're a traitor or an innocent, you would get scared of that person. I personally feel not like Prish said that, oh, I don't care if Munawar is an innocent or traitor, I want him to go. Now that's a personal kind of thing, right? So I'm sure a lot of people had that personal thing. Like Harman said when Munawar went, enough of hyping this guy, yeah, good he went. That also is a very strange remark because people will feel that you are very confident you could be a traitor, right? Now all of this, obviously you can't show because it's for the betterment, for the good of the show, like the final cut. But yeah, Munawar, I feel a lot of people did do the bhed chal to get him out. Yeah.
Even Abhishek Malhan, he said that इस show में या तो मैं रह सकता हूँ या आप रह सकते हो.
So because Abhishek is very big boss.
Yeah, but
you know, Abhishek
ऐसा नहीं है ना that he's the head of the group and आप लोग सब उसके अंडर खेलने गए हो. Like it sounded like that. Everybody comes from a good place. Everybody has made their name and they are there. So I thought that came from a place of arrogance कि he's only considering himself and Munawar that we're the kings.
So see, जो आपने देखा that was in a video diary.
Yeah.
Now video diary में बहुत लोग जाके बहुत कुछ बोलते हैं. अब वो final में क्या दिखाएंगे that you have to ask the makers why they choose to show what. So Abhishek video diary में जाके कुछ भी बोल सकता है. So he already assumed that his competition was with Munawar, right? And he did that. कि Abhishek या Munawar, Abhishek Malhan जीतेगा. Plus Abhishek is a very nice guy. We get along well, but he's a very big boss. Abhishek is, you know what I'm saying? He's a very like he's a YouTuber now. I mean, and he's a very popular YouTuber.
Of course.
So he's not an actor. He's not somebody who plays parts. So he's not somebody. So he's a very popular YouTuber and his way of working and talking is different. But he's a YouTuber that actually makes a difference also because look at what he did in, this is not in the game, but he was in Assam helping people. Now that's a good guy, man. If you think about it, you could like him in the game or not. Like I don't follow YouTubers. I'm not into that. I don't even, that's not my space. So when I went to the show, I didn't know Abhishek Malhan. Like I said hello and genuinely dil se, not like Shalini, to aap kya karte hain, Manyavar, not all of that. Dil se I didn't know and we spoke to each other very nicely. We are friends now. But he's actually doing good. It's actually so nice of him. He's trying to make a difference. All of us, other than the game, need to do something that actually makes a difference and probably pick that from him. But in the show, yeah, maybe in his head he made it about Abhishek and Munawar.
Yeah, because both of them come from similar spaces. So maybe.
Yeah. Because both of them have done Big Boss and all the reality shows and Traitors I think is a different kind of a show. It's a fast-paced show. I think even our players, if you see, nobody's like that Nanga Nach type person.
Yeah, of course.
Right? To be very honest. But Big Boss people are like a little, you know, कि हम गाली गलौज करेंगे बताते हैं तुम्हें, you know. So इसमें you don't get any of those people. You get very, like you said, people who do good work, are good people, smart, and going to make a difference in the game.
That is true. That is true. But you know, when you entered, and everyone knew of you, of course, from the first season also that he was there. Do you think that played against you? Because शुरू में लोगों को लगा आप traitor हो, आपको ही चुना गया है and all that. And then I don't know अभी आगे क्या होगा. But do you think आपको उसका advantage मिल रहा है या disadvantage?
Disadvantage. मेरे को पूरा पहला तो यही उनको समझाने में चला गया कि भाई मैं traitor नहीं हूँ. Shweta was so sure that I was a traitor. Shweta and I had a full conversation in the car. And she was like, I know you are a traitor. Parul was so sure that I'm a traitor. Rida was kind of looking at me as a traitor. I thought Rida was a traitor. Now, that's what, when Rida does the talwar thing in that mission, जब वो तलवार पे वो खून निकलता है, that's what Rida told Parul, कि I don't like Sahil, you don't like Sahil.
Correct.
Right? Why do you not like Sahil? Because these girls were thinking I was a traitor. जबकि it's all because of where I come from. Season 1 से आया तो इसके chances हैं. Because इसको फिर से बुला के फिर से मर्डर थोड़ी कराएंगे, पर क्यों नहीं कराएंगे? मेरा murder हो सकता है ना, that for the show, yeah, for the show तो it'll be great if Sahil gets murdered again. It'll be so funny. Yeah, it'll be so much fun.
Yeah. No, but I hope you don't get murdered anytime soon, and I hope somewhere in the middle of the season they make you a traitor. Let's see.
You never know. I really hope so. Yeah, I hope I don't get murdered, and I hope Circle of Shock I don't get out.
Oh, wow. But how strong were your instincts? आपको पता चला ये चारों में से कौन traitor? किसी को आपने guess किया?
So right now, if you see, everybody's just doing बिल्कुल random guesses. इधर उधर के, right? And video diaries में जो आप बोलते हैं और बाहर जो बोलते हैं वो कई बार अलग होता है. I'll just give you a new dimension to the game. Sometimes you work as an ally to a traitor. You could be a treacherous innocent. Now, who could be that? Not be that. You know, that's also a very smart angle if you play it smartly, right? Now, कई बार आपको आप बिल्कुल फ्रंट फुट पे खेलते हैं, कई बार आप फ्रंट फुट पे नहीं खेलते हैं, कई बार आप वाकई में नहीं समझ पाते हैं, कई बार आप समझ के भी ऐसा प्रिटेंड करते हैं ताकि मर्डर ना हो. सो बड़े सारे डिफरेंट एंगल्स होते हैं. सो वो व्हेन यू वॉच द शो, लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. या
बट यू नो साहिल, ऑफ कोर्स ट्रेटर्स इज one part of your career. You have done so much work before this, you know, and you have, of course, in your capacity, you've also done some, like you said, make a difference. The Christmas thing that you did, you know, that was so sweet. I was in college back then, and I was a journalism student, so I had done like a piece on that.
Oh wow!
That's why I know about
Christmas.
it. Yeah. So you know, of course, that is a very sweet thing that you've done. But I've also heard that when you are in this industry, you have to be very thick-skinned, because आपको धोखा like traitors आपको किधर भी कहीं पे भी मिल सकता है. So how do you manage that? Because you look like this, you know, this really strong guy, but I think you are also a soft-hearted person from inside.
Yeah, I am a soft-hearted person, but I also want to say people in the film industry or in the entertainment are not so bad. It's like any other job. Trust me, people are not that bad. Like mostly people are nice. It's just that in shows like Traitors or in shows like say in Traitors, for example, I said that मुझे ये detective की शक्ल नहीं पसंद. For Tanya. But Tanya and I get along very well in life. Like, she's lovely. But in fact, we spoke also about Ria's event we went for. But in the show, why did I say that? Because a lot of other people were putting it in my ears that Tanya thinks you're a traitor. So then, you know, you start thinking like that. Because आपका पूरा वक्त ध्यान उसी पे होता है कि 21 लोग हैं, कौन बोल रहा है, कौन नहीं बोल रहा है. Yeah.
True, that is true. But you know, how do you also manage the competition that comes with being in this industry?
In a healthy way. I'm not very. I think हर एक के लिए एक happy space है, एक successful space है. We all get a best that's supposed to happen for us. It happens.
Wow. But you know, Sahil, you come across as somebody who's very secure and you feel there's space for everybody. Not a lot of people have, especially, why I say not a lot of people, because I've firsthand met so many actors, interviewed them, had conversations with them. I felt that sense of insecurity sometimes. So how have you been like this?
No, I've always been a very secure person. Nice. That's at least I feel we all have our own uniqueness to offer. Like, you know, sometimes you have to find your niche and then stick to it. We all can't compete with each other because I feel it's not a rat's race. I know a lot of people think it is.
I know.
I somehow don't think so. I think life is supposed to be an amalgamation of a few things. It's your work, your personal life, your connection with your dog, you know. Absolutely. Like all these things should matter. So your life has to be an all-round experience. It can't just be about that one project and who's going to grab that, because if that one doesn't happen, the other one will happen for you.
What's meant for you will find you.
What's meant for you will find you. Yeah, exactly. Fair.
But you know, when something doesn't happen the way you want, like for example Traitors में जब आप पहले ही निकल गए first season में, or any project that you really worked hard for or wanted you didn't get, these things keep happening. It's a part of your life, and I think if you don't have the downs in life, you will really not appreciate and be thankful for the ups, right?
Of course.
How do you tackle with these things and not really make your work your entire personality or life?
Because I think we need to, as Indians especially, appreciate the value of family. You know, some of us, because we are relatively younger, we don't understand the value that your family adds, right? Or your close friends add. Season 1 also, my whole issue was the fact that the dhoka, the baap of all dhokas came from my very close friend. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, it shouldn't. That's why I never picked it up with Raj or Pura, because they met me there. So even, let's say, even if they hated me just for existing, fair.
Yeah.
If I was a traitor, maybe I would have said Pura for no reason. You know, first murder is very like, by the way. जैसे इस बार जो हुआ Karan Singh magician का, वो थोड़ा सा justified है because आते ही he started showing his skills, right? Otherwise, I feel first murder is very like random. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But you know, now of course, people have seen the real side of yours also through Traitors, and of course, many more episodes to go. But what do you really want to do now? Where does your heart belong?
It's always been in being an artist. For me, reality shows are not really my only thing. This is the only one I've done. It's not that you've seen me doing a lot of reality shows. And Traitors is really, I think, the A+ of reality, if you ask me, globally. Other than that, artist. I'm a good actor. If you've seen my work, I'm decent.
I agree.
Yeah. So essentially, it's acting, being an artist, being a good human being, and just always getting happier by the day. That's the idea.
Wow.
So whatever makes you happier by the day, by the month, by the year, do that.
But you know, this tag is associated with anyone who is not belongs from the film industry. Is that that person is self-made. I feel that that tag is a really precious tag, because no hate to anyone who comes from a film family. If my father was a big media person, maybe I just went and joined his media house. I wouldn't have slogged so much. But that being said, today I feel a sense of pride that I did it on my own. I'm sure you feel that for yourself as well. So how do you relate to that? Does that ever get overwhelming for you?
Overwhelming in a good way.
Yeah, of
when
course,
you do good things for yourself and you're like, wow, I started from scratch. Like, I came from Jammu, made a life for myself. Now people actually do love me, and I do have admirers, you can say. Fans is like too passe as a word. I think it's always people who admire your work. So if I have that tribe that I have, so it makes you feel very good, because you're like, oh, I must be doing something right.
Absolutely. But on that note, thank you so much, Sahil. This was such a positive and happy conversation.
Thank you.
Because you are that kind of a person, and I hope you go much ahead in
Really,
Traitors.
I hope so too. I hope so. Yeah.
But thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi, this is Sahil Salathia, and you're watching me on FPJ Showbiz.